the next one. Yeah, both. I guess both are done.
Okay, all right. In that case, I will just brush through the concepts maybe. I'll try to give you an intuition of why we need dictionaries once again, in case for the ones who would not have joined the TA session maybe. So it will be more of a revision for week 7 then. And then after that, we'll try to solve some questions, maybe some activity questions or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'll begin on 6/5 exactly. Let's see how many more students can join till then. Because right now, I think the strength is a little low.
They are not linear.
Is my screen visible to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, so if at any time, so since I'll be on the other tab, if at any time you're unable to see the screen or there is some network connectivity issue and my voice is not clear, please feel free to stop me and please keep participating in the session so that I know that when you guys stop speaking, I might be disconnected or there might be some issue with the network. Okay.
Okay.
So today we'll be starting with. So I've been told that you've already done week 7 to some extent. So I'll be continuing with the week 7 dictionary part in form of questions as well. But before that, I would still like to give a brief summary of how week 7 is basically what week 7 is basically about.
Ma'am,
So,
hello.
yes.
Ma'am, due to some backlogs, I have not visited week 7 lecture. So could you please give a short brief, some
Yeah, sure.
description?
I'll go through the content at least once, but I'll based on
Thanks.
your guys' response, I'll see how quickly I'll go through it.
Thanks,
So
ma'am.
I think I see around 40 students have joined, approximately 40 students have joined. So can you guys give me a tally of how many of you have completed week 7? You can either write, so basically you can raise your hands. I think that's the best option here, but you can write in the chat also if you want. Okay. So I see some of you have already done with week 7. So I really hope that you guys can answer in today's session. Be much more participative than general. And apart from this, till week 1 to 6, how many of you, at least what is expected of you till now, is that since we have completed at least half the course, you're clear with whatever is there till week 1 to 6. So the basis of week 7 is that you first need to be clear with week 1 to 6, and only when you are clear why you're using lists, what lists have their shortcomings, etc., only then you'll be able to understand dictionary well. So can
Ma'am, the
any of
train
you,
junction, can you please explain?
sorry?
Junction station, how to find?
So
Or the train data set?
that is very much dependent on the question that we are talking about. It is not a general thing that we just need to find the function. So it depends a lot on in what way we are defining our lists or dictionaries to be. So we'll come to it later. Right now we'll first try to clear out the concepts. So given any data set, how will you go about it? Okay, so we won't be focusing on any one particular data set that has been given to us. And
Ma'am, the only thing that I'm not clear about is the list of like the limitations or for fallbacks of lists. Okay, so
okay, so we'll be covering that also. So can somebody first of all raise your hand and volunteer and give me a brief explanation of what do you think we have done till now in week 1 to 6? So I have a brief overview, just 1 or 2 minutes.
Ma'am, I have one query. In practice assignment, portal questions are different and PDF questions are different, ma'am.
For which week?
Week 7.
Yeah, we are fixing that. So most of it I think might have been fixed. Even if not, then refer to the PDF for the correct question and mark accordingly.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yeah, can somebody just volunteer and give me a brief summary of what you think is the synopsis of week 1 to 6?
ma'am,
Can I?
we yeah. Okay, go ahead, guys.
You guys can raise your hands and then I'll maybe pick on you. I don't see. Okay, I see Satyam Pathak has raised his hand. Can you please unmute yourself and speak? Satyam, are you there? Okay, so Niyati has also raised her hand. Niyati, can you please unmute?
So we started off with flowcharts, and then we started pseudocode.
Yeah.
So after we were done with multiple listed loops in pseudocodes, we did lists. That was till week 6.
Okay. So just to reiterate a little bit, I have some content here with me. But for some of it, I think it's just you will have to maybe refer to the slides once again. But yeah, just to give a brief summary. Okay. So we started with this, right? There were different piles. We started with cards. There was pseudocode. We saw what data is. We saw how to shift data from one pile to another when we have 2 piles, when we have 3 piles. We talked about the pseudocodes. We talked about this step-by-step way of writing the steps for solving a problem. We talked about flowcharts, the different kind of when to use a diamond, when to use rounded brackets, when to use square brackets. Then we converted that into pseudocodes. within pseudocodes, we learned about if, we learned about while, we learned about how to do updation for all of these. So I think not if we if basically we saw the differences between if and while. We saw what curly brackets represent, what round brackets represent. We saw how assignment is different than checking. Then we learned what an iteration is, right? So this is what we learned in that. Then if we just talk about a bit of a revision, we saw how to filter, how to accumulate, what a function is. So one thing that I think is very important for you to understand is functions and procedures, because that will keep repeating again and again and again. Dictionaries, lists, etc., just data structures that you'll be using in order to do something inside a function. So the basics of functions should be clear to you. Differences between rows and columns we discussed, and even in functions and procedures there were some differences how to functions which return something, functions which do not return something. Similarly, with no variable passed, with multiple variables passed, different things were there. Then we talked about lists, the need of lists, why we need lists, why the normal variables were not working. I hope everybody is clear with that part. Then we talked about iterations in lists, nested iterations for each, all the keywords that were there. We talked about length of a list, first, last, rest, init, member. And then I think week 6 part I don't have with me. But in week 6 you might have learned more operations related to lists, some sorting,
We learned
and
sorting now.
yeah, some sorting and maybe searching algorithms. Okay. So now coming to week 7. Now we all know what lists are, but let's take one example. Okay. We have played with a lot of data sets till now. So we also had a campus byte setup and stuff. So we try to take up real world problems and see, okay, is our data structure able to solve that problem or not, right? So again, imagine that we are working on some food delivery setup, again, something like Swiggy or Zomato, and you have multiple customers, lakhs, you have a customer, and a customer opens an app. Even when, imagine yourself when you go to Zomato and you open the app, let's say you log in, so you enter your customer ID, you enter your password, etc., and immediately as soon as the app opens, it displays all your information, right? It displays your name, it displays your addresses, your phone numbers, your previous orders, if you have a membership or not. All this the app shows you in an instant, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So based on your knowledge till now, how do you think it basically does it? So it might be searching somewhere in its database.
By using some keywords.
Okay, keywords as in, so you might have some ID, right? Customer ID. So maybe so our first intuition there is that it might be saving an ID in the backend, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Some ID might have been saved in the backend. Now, in relation to that ID, an ID would be a list of IDs because you're not the only customer, right? There are many customers. So, given that there are many customers, there might be a list of lists where each list is depicting the information of a customer, or there could be multiple lists where in one list they are storing all the customer IDs, and then in the same order in the other list they are trying to save their names, and then in the same order they are saving their addresses. Only then they will be somehow able to figure out that, okay, this information belongs to this person,
Yes.
right? If I try to write it here in a way, let's say 5 customer IDs are there. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. This is one list. So now in this list we can only save this information, right? That is,
Yes, ma'am. Serial numbers or
yeah,
customer IDs.
customer IDs of a customer. Then let's say correspondingly I want other information also in order to display in my app. So I don't need to store that data somewhere. So if I talk about lists, I mean, of course, there are many other ways that we learned. We can store it in a table, etc. But now, right now, we are not talking about storing data, but talking about retrieving data, right? So when we are trying to do some kind of retrieval, initially when we were writing a pseudocode, we were storing whatever we want in our lists. So my intuition of telling this is why lists are not enough for all kinds of problems. Why do we even need a new data structure? Okay, so let's say here I'm storing the name of students, let's say, sorry, the customers. Let's say it's Namit, Shreya, Rohit, Ananya. Okay, let's say you're storing names of customers in another list. Now, again, there will be some addresses or maybe just the state involved. So you could say Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, Chandigarh. Let's say something
AP.
Mumbai. Okay, so these are the addresses. So these are just 3 things that I'm talking about right now. There could be many more, right? Now let's say you entered your ID, so you logged in. So customer 3 logged in. Let's say Rohit tried to log in, and immediately the app showed all the information that okay, your customer ID is 3, your name is Rohit, and you're from Bangalore. Okay, but given these 3 data structures that I'm talking about, how do you think application would have searched?
By keeping some primary key, such as 1 to everyone.
No, don't think of primary keys right now. I'm not talking about the real data structure, of course. The algorithms and the way of retrieval is very sophisticated there. This is just a dummy setup. That what have we studied till now, and where is it falling short? Real world setup. Of course, even in real world setups, it's not like we're using just exact dictionaries everywhere the way we are learning. We're using even more sophisticated retrieval algorithms, correct? But what we are trying to learn here is that given the information which we have, how do we solve this problem? And if it is not solvable, then we will introduce a new data structure and see how that solves the problem. Okay.
Okay.
So here, given this information, we studied lists till now, correct?
Yes.
So these 3 lists have been given to you, and we know that from the first list, customer 3 has logged in. We also know that in all the lists, the order is something of importance. That here, if I talk about indices here, right? Say index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the index. So we know in all the lists here, index 0 refers to the customer ID given at index 0 in customer. So basically, customer 0 is the ID for name 0 who lives in address 0. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is what we have till now. This is basically the meaning of these 3 lists based on the index. So here we have index. Customer 3 logged in. Now, in order to retrieve all the information of customer 3, first step is find customer ID 3 in list 1, or rather customer list in customer IDs. Right? This will be the first step.
Yes, ma'am. But find index of customer ID, it will be somewhat better.
Yeah, find index of customer ID. Yes. Find index of customer ID with value 3 in customer ID list. So this will involve some iterations. Everybody understands that?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Okay, so some iterations are involved. Then we need to find out the name. So find
The key
name.
will act as an index, no? Like the key, yes, the key. Like key here is the customer ID, and
Yes.
the customer
So
that is associated with is suppose Shreya, whatever, X person.
yes,
So
yes.
customer ID will act as a reference, not the names.
Yeah, because names can be repeated, right? So
Yes.
something unique we want. Okay, what will the user be giving us by which we can ensure that okay, this is a unique person in our database, and whatever information we are providing is not for somebody else
So in
with
the
the same
step
name.
1, you written in find index of customer ID
Hmm.
with value 3. So
Mhm.
index or the value, find the value of customer ID with key
No,
3.
value is 3. Value is 3. Okay, so don't compare this with key value pairs in dictionaries.
That's what I'm doing, like value, key value.
This is not that. Value 3 here just means with, or just say number 3 or ID 3.
Okay.
Okay. And
Yeah.
index here is just the list index.
Okay.
So
Fine.
find index of customer ID with ID 3, and that this will give us number 2. And even for this, we will have to first iterate through the list. Right? Now coming to the second one. Okay, let me just change. Yeah. Find name from names list
With index 2.
for index 2. So basically this means names 2. Right? So again it will iterate and then it will give us Rohit. And it will display it. Similarly, step 3 will be.
So till ID 3 is okay, but index 2, how index 2?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but index starts from 0, right?
Oh.
Find address from address list for index 2. So we got our index for now. So using that index, we have to iterate 3 lists. And if suppose this is just 5, what if there were lakhs of customers? Do we iterate through all of them? Don't you think this is a very suboptimal way to run an application? There will be so many lags there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So in order to address this issue, just to get these 3 information out of a particular customer, we have to iterate 3 lists. And the worst case scenario will be we have to iterate through the whole list if the person is at last. So let's say there are 100 customers. So 100 iterations of one, then again 100 of other, then 100 of the third one, right? Because that is how we traverse a list. You must have learned that in week 6 list traversal.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct? So we can't just skip to whatever number we want. We have to one by one go through each of them. That is one limitation of a list. That we cannot have any random access memory. We have everything stored in a sequential format. And then for that sequential format, you have to go one by one till we reach that point. Till we reach that index. Correct? So that is one issue. Again, this is very slow. There could be multiple more examples where we see that, okay, this is an issue. So, and again, for this, we need an index also. So having that index is important. So let's say one person deleted their account, all the indexes change. Similarly, we have to find that out and delete it from each and every one of the lists. If we miss even one list, it all goes. The order goes, everything goes. So you see what all issues are there in order to solve this very simple problem, but with lists. Right? Everybody's following this?
Yes, ma'am.
So I think somebody said that they were not clear with the limitations of lists. So you're understanding how lists are limiting now? So the problem in lists is not storing.
Yes, ma'am.
Storing is not a problem. We are able to store things properly. The issue which we are trying to resolve here is the retrieval. Okay, so whatever data structure we are talking about here, it is not about how we are storing it. That is one part of it, of course. But the issue that we are trying to solve here is that is the retrieval from that data structure the way we want it to be. So focus on this part, retrieval from the data structure. Okay, so yeah, so indexes are also fixed. We can't change the indices here and there. The order has to be fixed. All these are things which we don't want. So now for this, we introduce a new data structure. So now in dictionary, what we do is, what if we could represent this data in a format where, let's say we have the customer ID 3, and corresponding to that customer ID, we have, let's say, a list of all the things that are there. Okay, just one example. I'm not saying list is the best way to go about it, but yeah. Let's say this could be one way of storing this information,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
This is a dictionary with only one key value pair. So this is the, so dictionaries are basically stored in form of key value pairs. I'll come to these nitty-gritties in a while. Let's just talk about the intuition that whenever I've been given this particular data structure in this format, let's say, I'll just add some more to it. So what was the first one?
Index 0, Namit and Delhi.
And Delhi. So here you notice we're not saving indexes anywhere. So it's just this. So again, if I talk about 2, right? 2 was what? Shreya and Chennai. Right? So I'm just taking 3 for now. I'm not going for all 5 just to save some time. Okay. So you see, this is, I have defined a dictionary. This is the definition of a dictionary. It, first of all, dictionary is always represented in a curly braces. This is how we initialize the dictionary. Can you please unmute yourself? Some background noise is coming. I think this is Aryan, maybe. Aryan has unmuted himself. Can you please mute? Okay. So, yeah, this is how we initialize a dictionary. Dictionary has key value pairs. Okay. A dictionary has key value pairs, and key has to be unique here. There is also another concept of hashables. If you talk about languages, right, in Python, it is necessary that the key has to be hashable, but that is a separate concept that we'll talk about. So when we talk about unique, right, unique means something different to us. It means something different to the language. So I'm going a little off topic here. Consider this to be some extra knowledge. I'm not exactly aware whether this is there in the PPTs or not. So if it's there, good enough. If not, I'm trying to teach you something extra here related to Python language. So things like true, we talked about, right? True can also be represented as 1. Are you guys aware of this?
And false is 0.
Yeah, false
No.
is 0. So again, in languages, right, specifically in a language like Python I'm talking about, when true is a keyword of a Boolean type. So we know about types, right? We talked about types. We have Boolean type, we have numerical types, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is a keyword for a Boolean type. This is not considered to be a string because it's not in a curly braces. But again, this is not considered to be an error also. So when we try to assign this value, it means it's a Boolean value. This everybody knows. We've studied this in CT only. But sometimes we don't use Boolean. We just use 1 and 0 as a flag value. Rather than using true or false, we also use 1 and 0. So 1 represents true, and 0 represents false. But in Python, in the backend itself, sometimes true, 1, and 0. All these things are considered to be having the same hash value. So if I introduce a dictionary where I have true as the keyword and then the other keyword I'm trying to keep as 1, so then that is an issue. I mean, it won't give an error, it will just overlap with whatever value I give it to next. But we can't have two keys which have the same hash value. That is my point of this. Okay, so you'll understand this in the Python course much better. But for now, I just wanted to introduce you the notion that unique means something different to us. It means something different to the computational machine that we're talking about. Okay, but for this course,
So-
we will pretty much keep it simple only. So I think most of your examples will have unique values itself. No confusions there.
So in Python, 1 and true are same.
In some contexts, yes.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second. Okay, so everybody is clear with this part? How keys
Yes.
are unique? So initially we were talking about position and value. You see here we were talking about the position of whatever we were talking. This is the index or position. Right, index or position we can say. So again, position is technically index plus 1, but right now I'm using that interchangeably. So don't go into that nuance, just see the comparison with the dictionary. So in lists, we are talking about an index or a position which is fixed in order. Here, we are talking about a key value pair and there is no order as such. We are defining this as this, but if let's say I do this, let's say I do this, this is also fine. There is no difference between the first dictionary and this dictionary. I don't need to do everything in the order. I just need to maintain that key value pair. And when I do dictionary of 1, or let's say dictionary of 3 we talked about, it will not traverse the whole dictionary to find, okay, where is the key value 3? Okay. It will just
Yeah.
directly give me whatever value is in that. So this is right now I have it as a list, but we can have normal values also. So this is a little complex kind of dictionary that I have introduced here. A basic dictionary example again. Example dict.
Ma'am,
Yes.
what if we give Rohit D of Rohit comma Bangalore in here instead of 3?
No. So here we always, whenever we are trying to access something from a dictionary, we always have to give the key here. So D of, if I have to explain this a little better, right? T of key is equal to value. Okay, another
वैल्यू तो
example.
लिस्ट के अंदर आएगा ना और ये
No, value is the whole list. In this case, value itself is the whole list, and then we will have to traverse through the list to find something. So now,
Excuse me, ma'am.
yes.
This key value can we assign 0 also?
So the only thing is it has to be unique. So we can assign anything. That is okay. Key has to be unique. Value can even repeat. So one example could be, let's say I'm talking about how many times. So I took a word. Let's say a very popular problem is this Mississippi problem. In permutation and combination, you might have studied this. So how many times that particular letter? I hope this is the correct spelling. I'm not exactly sure of this. So the problem here is that I have to traverse through it, and I want to find out how many times each letter that is there in Mississippi appears in it. So the count of each value. The value for M here is, so M is the key. And how many times does M appear? 1.
1.
Right. Similarly, I is also a key pair here. So it is unique, right? We are only considering one letter once, and we are taking the count for it. So the count for I is 4. Right? The count for S is what? Again 4. And the count for P is
2.
count for P is. So this is also a dictionary where the keys are the letters and the values are just the numbers. The values could be lists also. The values could be some other characters also. It could be a sentence. It could be anything we wanted to. It can also be a dictionary. We will also see an example in a few more minutes where inside the dictionary, the value of one particular key is also a dictionary. And it could be of different types also, that the value for one element is a key. In the same dictionary, the value for another is something else. So that is not.
Ma'am, one doubt.
Yes. Yeah.
Can a key be numerical?
Yeah, key can be numerical. Here it is numerical only, right? 1, 2, 3.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Okay.
And can key be true?
So, can key be
As a
true?
name.
For the context of computational thinking, to be honest, I will have to check this, what rules have been defined, because right now we're talking about a language agnostic kind of a model here, right? So in Python, yes, key can be true in a dictionary, but when we're talking about computational thinking, I will have to once check and get back to you. I'll have to refer to the slides and maybe videos once again myself to see whether they have allowed this or not. Okay. I mean, in theory, I think it can be. It shouldn't be an issue, but I'll have to check and get back. Okay. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we have introduced dictionaries. So again, the idea is clear, right? That whatever ID which we had related to a person, using that, we are trying to store the values related to that person. Initially, we were talking about position and values, and the order was fixed. And again, in order to retrieve something, we had to traverse the whole list. That was an issue. But now we just need to know what the ID is. We don't need to traverse the list. We can just directly access it, and we will get whatever information we want without having to worry about the order of the values also. Okay. So first we had index to value setup. Now we have a key to value setup. And there is a huge difference in that we see. Okay.
Ma'am, I have a doubt. Where can we get these notes?
I'll screenshot this and paste it in the chat box, or you can just take a screenshot whenever you want. I think this is also getting live streamed on the official channel of IITM-BS. So from there also you can access the whole video again and.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so from the data sets that we have already, we have introduced, can you give me some examples of what can be key value pairs or how I can form a dictionary from those examples? Anybody?
Could you repeat the question?
I'm saying, based on the examples that you have seen till now in this course, the data sets that you have seen in this course, where do you think we can leverage dictionaries? Where do you think we can have the key value pairs, or how can we use that data in order to
In
fill
the
any random
course
dictionary?
data set.
Everywhere where we handle large data.
When
Yeah,
the
that's
student
what I'm
marks
saying, right?
data set,
I'm just asking for some examples. So yeah, somebody said student
from
marks data set.
the students mark data set now.
Okay, so what do you think the name will be? What do you think the marks will be? How do we store that in a dictionary?
That will
Card
be
number
stored
will be
in
ID.
list, but the whole data of the student, I think, would be stored in a dictionary. And
Okay.
each element of a dictionary should hold a specific list. Means for name a list, for date of birth a list.
The
Okay.
card number will be the key.
Can it be?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me take one example that you guys talked about here, the student data set, the student marks data set. Okay, from that we are trying to make a dictionary. We'll try to create a dictionary through that. So now you are saying that everybody is agreeing that what will be the key here?
Card number.
Card number, ma'am.
Key will be card number. Why? Because it is unique, right? Correct?
Yes,
What do you
ma'am.
think will the value be?
Ma'am, the total mark or
List
the
of
specialized some marks in subjects.
But
All
that
the
you are talking
particular
about
entries.
one particular thing, right? We are talking that we have to,
All
okay,
the entries.
first
there should be some
let's,
list of name, marks, etc.
yeah, okay. So first of all, let's just try to jot down whatever was there in that particular data set so that we have some idea. Okay. We had the card number, we had the name, we had city, we had DOB,
Gender.
we had maths marks, we had chem marks, and we had physics marks. Anything else? We
Total.
had the total
Gender
marks.
also.
Okay, we had gender also.
Yeah.
So this is all the information that we have for one particular card. So we are saying that card number is the key, correct? So we
Yes.
still have name, city, gender, DOB, all the marks that are there, and the total. We still have all this that we want to store. So what is a good way? So if we talk about this example here that we did here, in this we stored it as name, comma, city. But again, we have not defined anywhere that we are saving it this way, correct?
Dictionary inside a dictionary, we can make it, right?
Yes, exactly. So this is what I want to introduce a new notion here, that in this example here, the value was a list, but inside that list also, first thing is that we have to do some iterations, of course. And even if we are okay with the iterations, even if that is not an issue, another issue is that we still have to save somewhere what the order is. So we have to have some way of representing that it is name, comma,
Ma'am, could you please
place.
tell once confused about this?
So what are you confused about here?
On the which we have discussed on the set D, means the key value pair. Above. Yeah. Hello.
Okay, set. So D is not a set.
No,
D is a
yeah,
dictionary.
it's a dictionary. What you have discussed on that part, I have not understood just now.
Okay, so just now what I had discussed, that is the issue. Okay, so we know that key here is the card number. We know why key is the card number.
Because it is the unique value for each of the students.
Yes, and in dictionary we know that we store in key value pairs. So this is how we store things. Key value. and it is separated by a colon. Right?
Okay.
That much is clear. And in this, key has to be unique. Why? Because key is what we'll be using to find something, right? Initially in this, we saw index was unique. One index is not getting repeated again and again. That is why we know that, okay, if we are accessing L of 2, then it is accurate. It won't match, it won't. So basically, L of 1 and L of 2 can be same, but let's say we want to access a particular thing. So the index still has to be different, right? It has to be unique in order to store something. That is how we know it is something new. In sets, you know that we don't have indexes. So there we don't have repetitions also. So wherever we have a possibility of repetition, we also want to introduce a concept of separating those repeated values through a key. Right?
Got it. Thanks.
Now, coming to the value, what is a way to store the value? Here we said that in this setup, intuitively we found that, okay, we had the card number. Now we want to store all the other information of whatever that customer is in some way related to that card number, and we knew about lists, so that is how we stored it. That, okay, we will store it in the form of a list, and we will have all the information separated by commas. So index 0 will be name and index 1 will be place. But then again, this is a very small list, so that is still okay. But we have to also store this order somewhere. That 0 is name and 1 is place. Some new information we have to try to store. Maybe we have to store some L equal to this, and then we have to check that, okay, some computation we have to do with relation to this particular L in order to find out what this represents. Correct? So another way to go about, a better way to go about this is that instead of here also, one way could be that we have a list of name, city, gender, and so on. Right? But this is not optimal. So what we will try to here is the value itself will be a dictionary. And what will that dictionary represent? That each dictionary will have name as the keyword, name as the key, and then it will store the name of that person. So again, a dummy example I will be taking here. Let's say the name is Nidhi. Okay. Let's say where is Nidhi from? The city. City will be another keyword that will have the value. Let's say Bihar. Or Bihar is a state. Let's just say Chennai. Okay. Then we talk about gender. You guys are following me, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Gender is, let's say we are denoting it by male, female, so it's F. Then we have the DOB. DOB will be what? Let's say currently I'm storing it as a string only. Okay, so let's say I'm trying to store it as, okay. Okay.
Have you tried to create a dictionary with the key as a name, city, gender, DOB, and value that
Yes.
those
Yes, exactly. So this dictionary I'm trying to create where all this information except the card number is stored, and then each card number will refer to this whole dictionary. Right, now here in marks I have three options.
But here, name, gender, those are also city are not unique.
No, that is not unique. I agree. So value will not be unique, but this keyword will be unique, right? In our data set, the
String
name,
type,
city,
okay.
gender, DOB, that will be unique. अब यहाँ पे
Yeah.
कोई भी value हो, we don't
Got it.
worry about it. That
You
even
mean
if
the
it
word
is
is
same,
unique,
it's
okay.
okay. Yeah. So this is the keyword here. This should be unique. So in this particular
So,
dictionary, name should not come up again in this dictionary itself.
so we can make a dictionary by taking the card number and then making a list of the name, city, gender, and DOB.
Yeah, exactly.
it
That
be
is what we were doing before only, right? I told you why it is not a good way to do it. How do you know that the order is this? Right? How do we
Okay.
check the order? So now in order to
That way you
remove
can
that
also
order,
create a dictionary, separate dictionary for serial number as well, for that matter. Like keep serial number as a key and values as 0 to whatever number of serial cards you have.
could you please
Can't we do
repeat
that?
once?
We can, in similar case, we can also create a dictionary for serial number. Like
So
serial
just
number,
try
you
to
can
fill
keep it as
that
key.
dictionary once. Just tell me what values you think that I should put.
Serial number can be kept as key, whereas the values can be from 0 to say 10.
Serial number is the key. You say
Key.
let's say the value is 1. Okay.
Value is
Then the name will come.
Name,
Right?
then
So
city,
this will
then
be
gender.
yeah. So this will be one particular dictionary.
Yes.
So again, for each student, I'll create a new dictionary.
Yes.
But that is
list
not
of
feasible, right?
dictionaries.
Again, we have to make a list. Then again, that is not feasible, right? So in the current setup that I'm trying to introduce, there will be one master dictionary, and in that there will be. So here, what I'm trying to actually do is this. Let's say this will end here somewhere.
dictionary inside dictionary.
Yes, dictionary inside dictionary. So this will go on for some while. So again, the first one will stop, and then again we will have 2 for the second card. We will store exactly all this information with some other values here. Then we will
Excuse me,
Okay,
ma'am.
so the serial number 1 is a key and 2 is a key with different values.
Yes. This is the value. Value itself is a dictionary, which we will fill right now. Let's say I change this to then let's see, from Delhi, then the M, say. Okay. So again, I was filling this further. Yeah. Please go on.
Ma'am, like in the dictionary, when we are giving the key value, so and then we are defining a list. So in that, data type will be same, no? If we are creating a list, then the data type will be same. But when you are assigning the key, and then again we are making it a dictionary within it, then data type can be different also. That I want to clarify.
Even in list, can't data type be different?
No, it can't be different. No, it will be same. Data type should be same. No, if it is string, then only it can't store marks. No, that something like that. It is that list will be in the list. I think data type will be same. I don't have the idea. Is it so?
Can somebody confirm this?
No, we can store it.
We can store different type of data, right? A list can have a numbers also. It can have let's say a string value also. It is up to us that it is not practical to store it. I agree with that. It is not practical thing to store different things because then it won't be very usable. But we can store it, right? Even here, let's say after name place, let's say I had last order value. Let's say last order value that we want to find how much did that person pay. So we could have had let's say 350 paid. It was paid by Namit. Rohit paid, let's say, 1,000 rupees for his last order. Shreya paid, let's say, 200. Again, different data types. Here also, okay, nobody mentioned this. This is wrong. I have to have everything in. Whatever is string, I need to have everything in a quotation mark. So Bangalore and Rohit, these are not keywords, right? We can't store them as it is. We have to store them in braces.
String format.
Yes. Nobody pointed this out. So we did this here, but we forgot to do this here in the list. Similarly here also. Okay, just refer to this whenever you're taking the screenshot. Okay, now coming to this. So more or less everybody understood this. Now after DUP also there are other things to fill also, right? So let's say I want to fill those also. One way to store could be that I simply write maths. I store the maths marks. Let's say they stored, she scored 88 in maths.
Again, the string is not completed, ma'am.
Okay. Let's say she scored 88 in maths. Similarly, I'm storing for chemistry, physics also. Okay, this is one way of saving it. Another way is that we know that these are marks, right? Even in the data set you saw, everything was not set linearly, right? All these name, city, gender, DOB, this was information about that person. This was stored in a particular format. Then suddenly a separate table was made for maths, chem, physics, and total, right? You notice that?
Yes, ma'am.
So marks is a separate thing itself, something that we want to focus on. So a better way, again, what I am representing here, even that is not an issue, but a better way could be that we store marks inside another dictionary, and then in this dictionary we have maths marks, let's say 88, then we have physics marks, let's say 85, and then we have chem marks, let's say 70, right? And then either we can store total here also, that is one way to go about it, or we can store total separately also. So for this case, let's say I'm storing it here itself, okay? Because it's a part of marks only, right? Total marks. So total will be what? 243, right? So this is clear that even marks itself we stored as a value, sorry, keyword, as a key, and in that value we again had another dictionary with all the marks stored as a key value there.
So, according to the question, it can be create infinite number of dictionary inside a dictionary.
I mean, theoretically, yes, but again, there has to be some limit, right? When we're talking about storage.
No, infinitely means whichever is the limit, that one.
Yeah. I mean, there is no restriction from our side that, okay, only 3 nested dictionaries can be there. We can have it this. So now our whole data set, whatever 30 or 20 cards, I don't know how many cards were there exactly, whatever cards we had, all that is stored in one data structure. Initially, how many data structures would we have to, how many lists did we have to use to store this exact thing?
30.
If not 30, then 9, right? 30, you're talking that, okay, 1 card per list. I'm talking 1 category per list or 1 attribute per list. In that case, minimum 9 were required. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Minimum 9 were required. So for minimum 9, we have come down to 1 data structure, that is this dictionary, in which we have overall dictionary. The key value pair is the key is the card number. The value is again a dictionary of all the information about that card number, And within that also, whenever needed, we have some dictionary. So everybody understood why we need this. Now in this particular dictionary that we have, let's say the name of this dictionary I gave, give data. Okay, let's say this is data. Now I'm talking about retrieval. Just now I told you, right, the data structure is not about storage, it is about retrieval. Correct? Are you guys getting bored?
No.
Okay. So here we can have data 1. What will data 1 be? It will be this dictionary.
Yes.
It will be this dictionary. Now what will?
And what if we want only marks, not
Yeah.
all other data?
Data 1 marks. What will this be? This dictionary.
Second dictionary. Yeah.
This dictionary. Now what we actually want, let's say the problem statement was that I want to figure out the average, or let's say
Ma'am,
rather than the
if it
average,
is told in the question that we want to calculate the individual marks of a subject, means for a three dictionaries we have to create. Okay.
no, why 3?
For each subject, I am telling.
Can you explain the problem statement again?
I am telling that which you have written in the second line. I am telling only that only. That for individual subject, we have to if it is told in the question that for individual subject calculate the or find the value of the marks of individual subject, not
So
for
that
all
is
total.
what we have stored right here.
Yeah, I'm telling you. No, in
Yeah,
the
so
second
here,
one you have stored that, right?
yes, this particular line is the marks for all of
I
the
couldn't
subjects.
follow you on this line, like data 1 marks.
Okay, so data 1 was this. Everybody understood that. Now data 1 itself is a dictionary, right? So in that dictionary, if I have to access a key value pair, then what was the way to access it? The data, whatever the actual dictionary is, and in square brackets we write the key. So this is exactly what we are doing. This was the original dictionary. In that we added this key of marks, and then whatever was the value of marks, which was again another dictionary, we retrieved that. And all this we are retrieving directly. We are not doing any iterations here. No for loops, nothing.
Ma'am, I have one question. Why that single inverted comma added? Did not understand the logic.
Single inverted comma. What is a single inverted comma?
For all the values.
Single quotation marks.
Single quotation.
Yeah, so single quotation, whenever we have anything string, right? It's not a keyword. So whenever we don't have a keyword, your data is not in the quotation marks. Why? Because it's a keyword that we have defined. It's a variable name.
But marks is also a keyword, right?
No, marks is not a keyword here. Marks is a key value pair. A key for keyword is different. Keyword is more of something that, okay, variable name we have defined, or for each is a keyword, while is a keyword, if is a keyword. Things that we are using to imply the syntax. But this is something which we have custom defined, right? This is not a variable name for now. Variable is data only. Within that, we have key value pairs. So if the key itself is a string, we still have to use the quotation marks.
So it is a string data type. String is always gives yes or no, right?
Is string yes or no, or is Boolean yes or no?
Boolean will be yes or no.
Boolean yes or no, sorry.
Yeah, string can have any number of characters, but whenever, so marks itself even though this whole thing is a key. But marks itself is a string, right? So it will always be represented in quotation marks.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yeah, please go on.
I want to ask you that if I want to, yes, ma'am, if I want to create a dictionary inside the marks dictionary, so may I?
Yeah, you can do that also. Again, it has to be feasible. I mean, we won't create a dictionary just for the sake of creating a dictionary. But if you can find a way to feasibly have a dictionary there, then yes, you can do that.
Okay, ma'am. Or if I want to be a math as a key and inside it I want to create a dictionary. And maths want to be as a key. So it
Not
can
able
be.
to properly hear you. Can you? The background noise is a lot. Can you try to come to a quieter place and ask, please?
Okay, ma'am. It's okay. I will.
No. You can write in the chat box also.
Okay.
Please write that out in the chat box. I'll access it from there.
Ma'am,
Yes.
in list we used to add some elements and remove some elements. Can we do it in dictionaries also?
Yeah, we will go. We will see what we can do with dictionaries. The helper functions will come up. So let me just finish this next nested part. After this, the next thing is that only. Okay. So till now, everybody's clear with this. That even after that, even this was again a dictionary. Again, a key was added to it, and now the value was 88. So this is the final answer for this. This is how you access things from a dictionary. Clear enough? Everybody following till here?
What if we want both maths and physics marks at a time?
At a time. At one particular time, you can't have both maths and physics marks. You will have to do this, and then we'll have to do this.
Is it because of since there are two अलग keys हैं इसलिए?
हाँ, दो अलग-अलग keys हैं, so we can't
Like
access it
physics.
together. Even in a
Okay.
list, we can't access it together, right? Even in a list, we will have to do L of 0, L of 1. So similarly here also, when the keys are different, we will have to access them separately only. At the same level, we can't access the same keys again. Okay, somebody was asking something. Has she written it in the chat box? Vishakha?
Yes, ma'am. She has written.
Okay, if I want to create the dictionary inside the dictionary and want to be marks as a key, and it also have multiple values. So can I create one more dictionary inside that already? Yeah, that is what we are talking about, nested dictionaries, right? It just has to be feasible. Even maths here can be a dictionary. But again, that particular dictionary should have key value pairs. And right now for maths, we did not have a key value pair, right? We just had 88 as the value.
Yes, ma'am. But as an exception, I want to.
Yeah, as an exception, definitely. Even this we did it 3 times here itself, right? First dictionary was there, inside that another dictionary was there, inside that another dictionary was there. 3 level of nested dictionary we are talking about here. That is why here we have 3 accesses to get till that number that we want.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So I hope this is clear to everybody. Now this is, let me see what else is left. So everybody understands the syntax properly here, right? Dictionary comes in curly braces. Every key value pair comes in this way. Whatever key is there, if the key is a string, it has to be in quotation marks. It can be double, single, that is not an issue. but it should be consistent. If you start with double, you end with double. You start with single, you end with single. Then you have the colon, and then you have the value, and then if there are multiple values, they're separated by comma. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And dictionary ends with curly braces. Empty dictionary is something which we initialize here that I talked about. This is the initialization of a dictionary. This is an empty dictionary. Okay, so now we also talked
we
about
write,
accessing values. Yeah.
Can we write D of that means we had used some square brackets to represent the key, right? Can we use curly brackets there?
No. So here in accessing, we can use it like this only. So this is for accessing. For initializing, we have curly braces. For accessing, we have square braces. Just like in lists, we access the indexes, right? Just like that in dictionary also, we access using these square brackets only.
So this square bracket is not the representation of the list, right? Hello?
Square brackets is a representation of lists, agreed. But in the context of
in this case.
Yeah, in this case, it
when-
is not related to dictionary. No.
Yeah.
This is just a way of accessing it. Okay, I'll just write it as a note here. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now let's say I have this. One example, another example. Let's say, oh, okay, we are done with the student data set now. Let's say okay, let's continue with this only.
Ma'am, excuse me. Like just now, what you wrote, I think. Ma'am, is it clear? Like when we write, no, suppose data 1 marks maths. So that much only we if we'll write, then it will return the value 88. No, this means.
Yeah, but even if you write till marks only, even then that is also retrieving something.
So that will give all the marks.
So whatever value
marks
is
maths,
associated with the
that will give
latex
the
access key.
dictionary list, no?
Yes. So whatever is there, let's say I had a phone numbers
Ma'am,
here.
one more thing is there. Just now what command you have written, no, that code. So if I'll write equal to 98, so it is going to change the value also, no?
Yes.
That kind.
So this is what exactly what we are coming to next here actually. So let's say in data itself, right now, in the student data set, they are not storing phone numbers of the students. Correct? Let's say I want to okay, so first of all, let's say right now in the data set I had 1 and 2, right? Let's say I want to add something to the data set. Just here also, I'm removing this dot. Let's say this data dictionary only has 1 and 2 keys. So two key value pairs it has. Now let's say I try to do data of 3. And then I initialize, and then I write it as this. What do you think will happen? Is this a valid way of doing something, or do you think this is not a correct way? This should be an
This
error.
is an empty dictionary. This will give value related to the serial number 3.
Okay. If I do this, what changes will be made to the original data dictionary?
It will remove the data 3.
The value will be updated.
Why will it remove?
All data will be updated.
It will be updated, I think.
It will be updated, but how will it be updated? What will be the
But
final
the new
data?
value which you have given in the new value you have not written, it is empty. Therefore, For 3, no value will be present in the initial data set, I think.
Okay, so everything else will be the same.
No, the 3
Why?
will be for key 3, it would be changed to empty dictionary.
That is okay. But rest everything will be the same, right?
Yeah,
When I
yeah,
do
yeah.
data
It will be
3,
same.
1 and 2 will still remain. It's just
Yeah.
that we will add another thing here. So I can't really change color inside the same box, I think. So bear with me here. So here we will have 3 and that will be an empty dictionary.
Yeah.
So this is what this command will do. Take this upside. This particular command will do.
And what if we give data 2 equals to empty dictionary?
Then data 2 will get updated. Then this whole dictionary, whatever we had here, right, it will update it to an empty dictionary. Okay, so this is okay. Now again, this was just data 3, this. Now let's say again I had data 3, then I wrote, let's say, this was the information I had, right, for one particular person. Let's say I try to have that again. Okay, just assume that total has been updated. Okay, the total here might not be the same. Okay, so now let's say I'm saying data 3 is this. So again, this will get updated. Initially it was this. Now after I write data 3 to be this, it will get updated again. Okay.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
in this case, what we are doing is, in this case, we are updating an already existing key value. Got it? And again, we can do this till whatever level we want. We can also do inside this also, we can now do updations. Data 3, let's say name. Let's say I had a typo in the name. Actual name was Kanksha. We can do that and it will get changed there. Got it?
Ma'am,
Hmm?
here we are assigning the values, right? Can we use double equals to and verify it?
Yeah. We can do that whenever we are using some conditional if else or something.
Can we update in existing data set also? For example, in data 3, apart from marks, gender.
Yeah, we can update anything. Yeah, that's what we're doing here, right? Here we're updating only.
But yeah, it's a full piece you have updated, but inside also it's possible, right?
Yeah, in marks also we can go one step inside also and then do updation for marks.
Okay. Values we can update. Okay.
Yes, we can update the value.
Ma'am, this name will be in the this quotation one. Name, what you have written. Data.
Yeah, yes,
three.
yes. Very, very good catch. Very good catch. Okay. So now
in the
when
upper case, in the previous case, we are you have Updated and also inserted a value, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. So first we inserted data 3 as an empty dictionary. Then I updated data 3 as this dictionary. Then inside data 3 name, I updated the name of that person.
Okay.
So all these are updations. Now coming to creating a dictionary from a table. Okay. So this I'll just rush through this part because I think the basics have been introduced properly. So I hope all this is exactly clear to you. Clear, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I just have some dummy data with me. I will very small dummy data, and using that I will write a pseudocode in order to. So this is the data that I have. In order to create a dictionary, I will use this data. So first of all, what we'll do is in my pseudocode, the first thing I will have to do is anybody. You said we had a TA session for this, right? You discussed the concept, you did some questions. So all of those who had completed week 7, now it's time for you to participate. Pseudocode time. I explained the concept properly. Now I want you to create a dictionary using this table that has been given, and we will write a pseudocode for it. What all will be required?
Do we make a dictionary now?
Yes, we have to make a dictionary. That is
So the
what
roll
I said, right?
numbers which you gave will be the key values, and the data will be name and attendance. So for each roll number, we save a new name and the attendance corresponding to it.
As a dictionary, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So again, starting from the pseudocode, here I'm talking about the you explained the concept. That is right. Now I have to write the pseudocode. What is the first step in writing the pseudocode for dictionaries? Or any data structure for that matter.
We first initialize the dictionary where there are no values. That's it.
We
I think, ma'am,
initialize the
we will
dictionary.
save the.
So let's say the name of my dictionary is D. So you said we will first initialize it, right? Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is correct. Next.
For
Next.
each table for each table or for each element is key. We
So
have
this
to
is a
run
very rough pseudocode I'm writing, okay? So here for each card in pile 1 or something, we intend to do that, right? So again, assume that instead of a table, these are cards. Or okay, rather than here, read row X in table. So first we'll read the row. The row has attributes role, name, and attendance, correct? Correct?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And is this the right way to write? Am I missing some keyword here? Till when do we have to read rows?
While
While
we have to
while
while
Exactly.
While
While what?
table has more rows.
yeah, table.
And don't confuse this curly braces with this curly braces. These are curly braces for blocks of logic. This is for initializing a dictionary. Okay. Read row X in table. So we could have done this using for each also if we had some list or something. But for this particular table, this is the way I'm using. So while table has more rows, read row X in table, do some operation on it, right? I'm defining this later. And then update X to next row. Okay.
Here
Okay.
next row means hello.
Or rather, in files we used to do what? That move it to
Move
file 2,
to
right?
table 2.
Yeah. Or rather, we can say that remove row X from table, or even if we don't want to remove, again, these are all possibilities. We can do any of these. It's not wrong that I'm erasing it. I just want to not alter the table and just move to the next. So rather, I will just write move to next, move X to next row. Okay.
Okay.
Now I have to talk about the operation that I want to do. What operation do I have to do here? We have not defined the
Append.
problem statement. Have we? What was the problem statement? What am I writing the pseudocode for?
Creating a dictionary for this whole data set.
Exactly. So now create that dictionary. What will we do here? We read the row X. Okay, right now let's say this is X. Okay, that.
Like update dictionary.
This is X right now. So X dot role is 1, X dot name is A, X dot attendance is 80. Now I want to create a dictionary. I will also give you a setup for the dictionary, that I want the key to be the roll number first. Then I want another dictionary inside that roll number key, and that should be name A, attendance 80, key value pairs. Okay.
Update dictionary, roll number, name, and attendance.
Okay. Can I say D of X dot roll is equal to
Ma'am, may I know why it is equal to?
why? What is required?
Equal to. Why you have given this?
Because we are putting that value in the dictionary, right?
But we can also give colon instead of equal to.
No. Colon is for defining the dictionary. Here we are updating the dictionary. Again,
Okay.
whatever we discussed above, right? There are three things. You can define the dictionary. Then inside the dictionary, the key value pairs will be with colons, separated by commas. And then we can insert something new in the dictionary. We can update an existing key in the dictionary. Got it?
Yeah.
Attendance is 80. Okay.
Attendance should be X dot attendance, right? Rather than 80.
Yeah. Correct. Sorry. X dot attendance. Just to make it a little more neat, that's all. Okay. So you guys understood this? How we are initializing this dictionary?
Yes, ma'am.
At the end, this dictionary will have 3 key value pairs. Dictionary D will have 3 key value pairs, and within that, every key value pair, the value will be another dictionary with name and attendance. Correct? Now,
Yeah.
I want to find out the average attendance. What is the average attendance of the class? Continue the pseudocode. Now I want to do for that. Again, this is a very important thing to note here. This is not a random
Ma'am,
access problem.
ma'am, excuse me. That will not do. D is equal to D plus something like that. Every data will be again. It will be added. Will not update this dictionary list. D equal to D plus something
What
right?
is
No?
the dictionary list?
This what you have wrote just now. The key number we have assigned. So that is the first one. So again, the second data will be. So that will be further added in that list. Means I'm not finding that the empty.
No list is here. There is no list here. Don't use
Sorry,
the
ma'am.
keyword list.
Dictionary. I'm talking about dictionary, not list. This dictionary will be updated. No, so that will be added in the empty dictionary. So that thing is, I think, I'm not able to see here.
You're not able to see how. I mean, whenever we are doing these are iterations.
First, we have created the empty one, and then
We have completed the empty one.
yeah.
Then
So
in this, we are iterating through the table.
yeah, this also I'm getting, ma'am. This I've also got. Like we are reading the X card
appending.
and appending. I'm asking about the. It will be appended to the empty, no?
No,
That
no,
I'm
no.
saying.
This is exactly what we are talking about, right? What did we do here?
Yeah.
Here, when I said this was appending only, right? How were we appending here? Just like this. Did we use any plus equal to here?
No,
No,
ma'am.
right? So here also we were appending only, right? Updating data with a new key value pair or appending. Appending is technically used when an order is there, right? We append at an end or something. Here we are just updating the dictionary with a new key value pair. So this is the syntax for it. We will not be using plus equal to.
Okay, I've got confused. I think in the list we are doing that part.
Yeah, that was
When
list. This is dictionary.
Yeah.
I'll come to the helper functions once again for all the helper functions, but this is the very basic syntax. We don't even use any helper functions here. Okay, now I will introduce a helper function. So if I want to find out the attendance, I will have to now iterate through the dictionary, iterate through the keys of the dictionary. Why? Initially, I said that, okay, iterations are for lists. That is when we want to do any basic operation. Random access memory is given by dictionaries in order to find that, okay, what is the attendance of 3. But when we want something for the whole data set, we will still need to iterate the dictionary also. So how do we iterate the dictionary? That is the question. For each is used for iteration. Whenever we know the number of elements which are there, or whenever we have a data structure. For list also we did this, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So for each k in keys of D. Now what is keys of D here?
X dot roll.
Keys of D will give us a list. Keys of D gives us a list of all keys. Okay, in D. So here for each k in keys, k will be 1, 2, 3. Let me just write the dictionary also here for your be able to understand it better. So in first iteration, what will D be? Let's create D first. Okay. In first iteration, what will D be? What is the key value pair that will be added
1.
in the first iteration? 1.
Again a dictionary.
Again a dictionary.
Name equals to A.
name equals to A,
No,
colon.
colon,
A,
comma,
comma,
attendance,
attendance,
colon, 80.
colon. Then second iteration.
Again, special dictionary 2,
Hmm.
colon, name.
Can I just copy paste now?
Yes.
Values are always in the curly bracket.
Hmm? No, values are not always in the curly bracket. Right now, value is a dictionary, so it is in a curly bracket. Here, value is a string. Here, value is a numeric value. So, value, it depends on the type of the value, whether it is in what way. If it's a list, it will be in square brackets.
Okay, so we are defining this dictionary, that's how it's.
Yes. So now here, keys of D will be what?
1, 2, and 3.
So for each A in keys of D. So now K is 1, 2, 3 for every iteration. What do we do here?
Ma'am,
First, K
because
will be 1.
Sorry?
I'm telling that keys are represented in form of list because they are of same type, isn't it?
Sorry?
Means they all
Can you
are
please
integers.
repeat? Yes, here all are integers. Yes, then
For that you are telling that keys will be in list, is it?
no, don't confuse the type here. Even if it is in a list, does not mean that it's of the same type, it's of the different type. That is inconsequential.
No,
What
but
I'm trying
key,
to tell here is that
but
all the keys, I want all the keys in some place. Why? Because I want to iterate through the dictionary now. Because I want to do something with all the data points in order to find the average. What did I
So,
want to
ma'am,
do here?
before we have to initialize, no, something attendance like and
Yes.
count also.
Yeah, exactly. So problem is or task is find average attendance. For this, we will first need to total and count. That is how we will find the average, total by count. So for each key in keys, first of all, I will do count plus equal to 1. Or rather, just to make it a little bit simple. Count is equal to count plus 1. Right?
plus.
But count is a number, not plus is used for lists.
Total equal to total plus
Total
x
plus
dot attendance. X dot attendance.
x dot attendance or x dot
List.
attendance
Case, ma'am, case of
D
is
of
square bracket D of 1.
D of K.
Yeah, D of yeah.
This is very confusing that here only 1 plus is given for count.
Why?
Hello.
Why is it
I
confusing?
think there will
Count
be
is
2
what?
plus.
Count is a number, right?
Yes.
So we are just incrementing that. We used plus for appending lists.
But you are taking from the keys list, right?
No.
You want to say.
For each key in keys D, I am just incrementing the variable count by 1. I have not done anything with K for now.
Okay.
I have used K just here to increment the total value. Okay, so now I have total and now average or whatever I want to find out is, so average Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So everything
Yes,
will
ma'am.
every key will be visited exactly once due to for each. Okay.
So, ma'am, one thing can I ask? One doubt is there. Like before, what we used to do, no, like we are iterating the cards one by one, and we are running the same this pseudocode, not as a dictionary, but directly we are doing. Now, in the while creating the dictionary, we are doing in this way. So, uh, what it makes the difference? I'm not getting that.
Can you repeat the question, guys?
Yeah, I'm asking that in the beginning, no, what we were doing, we are just taking the card from the table one, and just we are reading, and then we are writing this total equal to
Yeah.
total plus x dot attendance,
Yes.
and then we are
Yes.
finding the average. But in
Yes,
the
yes, we
now
can
we
do
have
that also. We can do that also. This problem statement is not something that
just
is
I'm
the most.
asking, it is going to make a difference by this or that approach.
The difference is just that right now I want to teach you dictionaries and I
Oh,
wanted
okay,
to
okay,
introduce
okay.
the
No,
concept
so
of keys.
I
I
want
use
to
this.
know that is it going to affect the means? I know that it is not a programming just now. It is just the concept, but maybe it is going to. I think it will create a different packets over there. I think that's why it is there, something like that.
So in actual programming, there won't be a table, a general table, right? It will be dictionary only.
Yeah, I'm just getting the idea. Like somewhere we have the data on the
Yeah.
website or somewhere.
Yes,
We have to
yes.
import that data in the form of list, and then from
Not
there we
list
have to.
itself. Not list itself. Again,
Okay, okay.
import, when we are talking about a real world scenario, then the import will be in some other data set only. And
Okay.
then we have to parse through the data and figure out what data structure we want for our problem.
Maybe means I don't have that much idea. Just I'm thinking it may be like that.
Yes, yes, you're
Actually,
thinking in the right direction. Yes, you're thinking in the right direction. And for now, we were storing it in lists. Now we have introduced a new data structure. So baby steps for now. We will hopefully go till the actual real world scenario also how data is getting stored in different data structures. Sorry, not data structures, in the different databases. That is a separate course you will be doing in diploma. But for now, even for that course, we first need to understand what a dictionary is, what a list is.
So here final outcome is 80, 95 plus 76 upon 3, is it?
Yes. Okay. So if so whenever we are doing this, right, X roll, let's say this I'm doing here. Right now, we were always creating a new thing in the dictionary. Why? Because it had not yet encountered that particular thing again. But if you notice here, if we want to write out the pseudocode for this, okay, consider this to be a homework activity. If you're not able to solve this, just tag me on Discourse and ask. Write the pseudocode for this, and then notice how for the first time when we will introduce m, it will update. Sorry, it will create a new key value pair. For the next time when we do it, we have to increment it. So there you have to check for every iteration of this particular string. You have to check whether this character m, whether this character I, whether this character s, or whether this character p already exists in the key set or the key list which is there. If it exists in that, then increment the count. If it does not exist in that, create a new key value pair. Understood?
And for this also, I'm just getting confused a little bit. Just I'm
Okay.
thinking, suppose the word I'm not knowing, and I have to create this part. So I have to run from A to Z, no?
No, not A to Z. You will be, so this will just, let's say this is word.
So first,
Okay, so I'll be writing a very small pseudocode here. Very small. I'll just be, I won't be going into too much correct nuances or something.
Ma'am, what he's saying that we can use A to Z, and instead of using A to Z, we can use the processor where we can take the parameter, whatever we will kill the input and ij, and it will find that
No,
it is
none
a
of that is
number.
required. None of that is required. For each C in word, we just want to check whether C is there or not in the dictionary. So first we will initialize the dictionary. I won't write the full code. Okay.
Ma'am, where can we get the answer of this?
The answer isn't, this is not a standard problem that I have told you. This is something that you have to figure out, and maybe in the next session you can ask your doubt if you have. Otherwise, it's good enough. If C is in keys of D, then I want to do what?
Increment.
D of C+1.
I mean, I'm not exactly. I'll have to go back and check the slides again to see whether it has been introduced or not. But yeah, both are correct only. Else, you see the difference? Do you understand that this part? Everybody understands this part?
Little bit I'm understanding. Like first time MVC, very first time.
Then we
so it
will come
not,
here.
Then next time
Then
again,
second time,
I
yes.
is there.
Yeah,
So
I will
there.
also come here. S will also come here. The second S will go here for the first time.
Yes. So it will be now 2.
Yeah. Then it will be 2. Then I will become 2. Sorry. Then then I will become 2. Then S will become 3. S will become 4. I will become 3. P will become 1 first. P will become 2, and then I will become 4.
Could you repeat that? Like I was not here for last 10 minutes. So I'm not sure what is happening.
I would so only 10 minutes are left in the session. I would request you
No,
to please go
no,
back and check.
just this.
So I just tried to write a very rough pseudocode for how to derive this dictionary from this. The problem statement was the count of each letter, right, in Mississippi. So this I'm trying to derive in the dictionary format. So for that, I have written this rough pseudocode. The idea here was to introduce that whenever we are trying to make a new dictionary, we first want to check whether that key is already there. If that key is there, we want to update the value of that key. If that key is not there, we want to introduce that value first. Okay.
What if you want to record the repetitive key? Like only record the repetitive key.
Only record it. Then based on the problem statement, the pseudocode will change, of course. You will have to first define the problem statement properly. Okay. Even you can just go back once. If you still have a doubt, you can ping me on Discourse. I just want to cover, only 10 minutes are left. So I just want to cover a few more things if possible. Just give me a second. Let me go back to the slides. Yeah, one more helper function was there. Is key. This key will have parameters of what? D as well as K. So does the dictionary D have the key
K.
Now, what
This
is
will
D
return
key?
what?
Does the
Boolean.
dictionary have the
Boolean.
key K? You are checking for the key in the dictionary.
Exactly. We are checking for the key in the dictionary. Okay. So in order to check for the dictionary, is key TK, it returns Boolean values.
Boolean values.
Okay. So I think I have covered more or less everything that I wanted to. Let me just go through the slides once more and see. So now here, just after the introduction, one more point of introducing this was, here I can do this also. If got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, क्यों लोगो?
It will enter when it is done, right?
We are
Sorry?
checking if C is a key in the dictionary.
Yes, I am checking if
If
C
it's
is a
a
key in the
key,
dictionary. If it is a key, then I
then you
just
are
want to
appending the
update that.
value.
Not appending, updating. I am incrementing it. Appending is for lists.
Okay. Incrementing the value, or else you are introducing it.
Yeah. And otherwise, I am introducing. So now, in this whole today's session, what I did not do was I did not have a value as a list, except here. Here I had a list, but I did not create a pseudocode where I was appending it. So that is a way that where plus plus will be introduced, and it will be something like dictionary key plus plus, and then again something in the bracket. So you will see this example in the birthday paradox. If you go through
Not
lecture 7.7.
inserting anything inside the list of the dictionary, is it? Hello?
Yeah, so this example here, right? Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
This pseudocode here, I just want you to go through it once on your own. Here, what we are exactly doing is, so birthdays is a dictionary. We are accessing birthdays DOB. This is accessing. This is also using that value that we are accessing, which might be a list. So birthdays DOB is actually a list, right, of all the students who have that birthday on that day. So now sequence number is what I want to add to that, append to that list. So now this is appending. So don't confuse this square bracket with this square bracket. These are two different things. Here also, these are two different things. This is a list that I am introducing, and here this is a way of accessing a key from a dictionary. So you should be very clear with this. Whatever we are in this particular line, you have to know exactly what birthdays is. Birthdays is a dictionary. What DOB is. DOB is a key of the dictionary. And what sequence number is. Sequence number is the data. And this square bracket denotes that we want to write that sequence number in a list. So the value of DOB key in birthdays dictionary is now a list of sequence numbers.
So these pseudocodes represent the number of sequence number all the students who have the same birthday.
Yeah, that is the problem statement, right? So you can go through the problem statement once to understand it completely.
Yeah.
I just wanted to
Okay.
introduce this part, that this will cause confusion. That okay, this is also a list, this is also a list, because right now also a lot of you, when you were asking doubts, You interchange dictionary, keys, and lists. You still say append when I'm just incrementing a value. This is appending. This is double plus. Single plus is just adding a value, incrementing a value. Okay, so these parts will be confusing. Just go through this once on your own. So I wanted to try some questions, but I think the conceptual part took some time over. All of you said that this was discussed, but I feel that you did not participate as much. So I hope at least now any confusion that you have related to dictionaries is clear. In the next session, if you can try some questions, you will get a little more help. But yeah, for now, I hope this is clear to everybody. So I'll just take some screenshots and share it in the chat. Just let me know if you're able to see this in the chat, or I'll have to. Okay, I think I'll have to save it and then send it as a picture. So that's all for the session. I'll just be sending that screenshots and you can save them on your end. Okay. If you have any doubt in today's content for dictionaries, please, this is your time to ask. No doubts? Everything is clear?
Yes, ma'am. I have a doubt.
Yeah, please go on.
But it's like you yes, you create that pseudocode for finding the key and just incrementing its count. And instead of doing this, can I?
Your voice is breaking a lot. I'm not able to hear what you're trying to say. Can you please write it in the chat box again?
The function.
Not able to hear you. Can you please write it in the chat box?
Can you also share the week 1 to week 6 notes, what you studied in starting?
I have already shared that to some extent earlier also. I will have to take a lot of screenshots for that. Maybe
Ma'am, just share the link of this Excalibur. We can take it from there.
yeah, I tried to share it once, but I think it was not properly. I mean, there was some error at that time at least.
Yeah, but
I'll try to do it once again. For now, I'll try to just share today's part. But for the future sessions, I will try to consolidate everything that is there and try to share once. Okay. Or you can again just ping me on Discourse once, and I'll share the file maybe. Okay.
link also works, ma'am, if you can share it from the topmost right corner.
There are actually, I understand that there are actually some DBMS parts also that I have used in the same Excalibur. So I'll have to first remove that and then share the link. Okay. So this one Excalibur has a lot of content here and there. For not all is for CT. So I will have to first consolidate everything on my end once and then share it with you. Okay. Okay, so Vishakha has asked another doubt. I'll just come to it, Vishakha.
Is today's lecture complete? May I leave?
Yes, you can leave.
Okay. Thanks, ma'am.
Welcome.
Will you also share on Discourse? This is of
I might take some time to consolidate. You can ping me there. I'll share it within this week. I'll try to share it within this week.
okay. Thank you, ma'am.
But I would still suggest for this, just take it from here at least. Or even if you do have the screenshots, if anybody has any screenshots from my sessions, you can create a thread and post them there. Okay, so Vishakha asked in that pseudocode, can I create the function for that finding key and increment the count of its value? So for that, just a second. So for that, I create the procedure for taking the multiple key parameters from the user. You can, but again, why is it needed, right? Because we are iterating the list. There is no user here. We are not having any values, or we are not repeating any code or doing the same thing again and again. So go back and check why we need procedures or functions. We need procedures or functions when we try to repeat one particular code block again and again and again, right? But that is not what we are doing here, is it? This is what we're talking about, right? Mississippi, I think. So here we already have that word. We are not repeating something again and again. So just iterating through it works. For
Okay,
this,
ma'am, it's
yes,
clear.
you could have, you could have written a procedure that if suppose I wanted maths marks, physics marks, chem marks, right? So let's say I'm talking about to retrieve the marks for that particular subject for a user. In that case, yes, you could have made a procedure and then passed it. So this repetition we would not have to do there. This is repetition here. That same thing we want, but for different subjects. So now we have to access it like this. So if you write a function and just pass the value of whatever parameter the, let's say, subject. So if here I just wrote subject, right, as a parameter, and then that subject was maths in the function, then that would have been a good use of a function. But otherwise, you have to check whether a function is even needed or not needed. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm closing the session. I hope all this was clear. I would still suggest till the next session, just revise everything till week 7 and come so that you understand well. So questions might be discussed in the next session. So thank you, everybody. Have a nice day.